Hey, what is up, guys? So I just read book one of Berserk, and I have to say it was pretty good, pretty jam-packed. In this one book, I feel like it gave me a good representation of what I'm gonna see in the further books slash chapters. And before I get into this video, I just want to say rest in peace to the manga author, Kentaro Mura. Months ago, I saw people on Twitter posting his passing, and yeah, I just want to pay him my respect. And I also was seeing that meme. It was like he died doing what he loved. There's no greater death. And I feel like that's a good way to look at it. When I first heard of Berserk, I knew Berserk is kind of like a dark fantasy based in medieval times. So with knights, different towns, and I'm guessing royalty, there's going to be kings of certain towns, of certain countries or whatever. It's a ruthless world where pretty much anything can happen, like casualties for instance. You're not going to see everyone survive something that is unsurvivable. He doesn't try to make it all lighthearted, like, oh, everyone survived. Oh, like how a lot of shows do. I feel like he tries to be realistic with the situation from what I've seen and makes his show out to be pretty brutal. So let's talk about Guts. Guts is he's an interesting character, definitely interesting than most. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. His philosophy is interesting. So wherever he goes, he brings trouble because of some type of mark that I don't really know the meaning of yet, called the brand. The only thing I know so far is that it's connected to something called the God Hand, and that he's one of them or something like that. There's 5 God Hands. But because of this mark, he's always being hunted down by these different type of monsters. One of them is incubi that comes to life off of mixed blood and sexual fluids from humans that died with hatred and or malice, undead corpses, and just like regular like monsters. His life at this point is being hunted by these monsters while trying to find those God Hand things, not being able to sleep, killing more monsters, and just repeat, repeat, repeat. So yeah, he's like a walking target, but his philosophy that he learned, it seems like, is that he shouldn't care about others that can't defend themselves, others that don't live the way they want to. He shouldn't care about them. And he made the example as it's like not being able to walk because you might be afraid of the ants you'll step on. Pretty much blaming them for being so weak, blaming them for not being able to protect themselves or their family. They're just, I guess he would say, insignificant, which is a pretty interesting way of thinking. I'll just say that is definitely an interesting way of thinking. And I really like characters like this. Characters that aren't necessarily your average knight in shining armor. I mean, he is, what do they call him? The Black Swordsman. And so far, I don't really think the Black Swordsman has much of a legacy. I think some know him. I'm not even sure if that first monster he fought knew him, or if he was just like, the Black Swordsman, okay, I'll fight him. I'm not even sure if he actually knew him. But to fight all of these monsters, he uses this huge freaking sword. A lot of his opponents just call it like, it's not even like a sword, it's like a heap of metal or something, like a heap of iron. And it's able to just slice through enemies like nothing, through enemies' armor like nothing. And he also uses a crossbow on his prosthetic or false arm, whatever you want to call it. He used a crossbow on that to shoot, obviously. And it seems like his aim is pretty on point. he always, like, if they're wearing armor over their face, he'll always be able to just hit their eyes or just something crazy like that. And he also has a blast that he could drop his hand and his like hand would be hanging, and then around his wrist area is just like something he could use to create an explosion. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's he could use it to create an explosion. Those are the three things that he has in his weaponry so far, or at least that he's pulled out yet. And one thing I will say, he doesn't seem to be giving up. Maybe he's a little bit crazy. I mean, his philosophy could be seen as messed up, but he hasn't given up on finding those God hands. For whatever reason, maybe he wants to learn more about his brand. Maybe it also has something to do with why his eye was taken. We still don't know why his eye was taken. But yeah, this show, round of applause. I mean, this manga. I heard the show is really bad. Everyone just says the show's really bad. All the adaptations really bad. Everyone says to go watch the manga, and I was like, you know what? I should go read the manga. And yeah, I did. And I'm glad I did. I don't know if I'm gonna buy the books anymore, but I am going to read it online. So yeah, maybe I'll make more videos on this. If you guys want me to, let me know. And yeah, peace out.